is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Friday, the 23rd day of August in the year 2019. Here is what we're tracking tonight. Another meeting of the Guyana Elections Commission ended this afternoon with no decision on the way forward for early elections and the preparations for those elections. After the meeting, opposition-nominated Commissioner Says Gunraj said it is clear that delaying tactics are ongoing.
We have not reached any meaningful decisions this afternoon. I can't even say that the discussions were meaningful, and that's as far as I can go.
Mr. Gunraj said there is the need for elections in a timely manner, and he is disappointed that there was no outcome at today's meeting.
There's nothing new that I need to say. We need to have elections in a timely manner. That is the bane of all of my discussions today.
Government-nominated Commissioner Vincent Alexander said the Commission is still in the process of discussing the way forward with regard to the early elections and the house-to-house registration exercise, which is still ongoing.
We are discussing the way forward. We are discussing the usability of house-to-house and the need to ensure that whatever we do is done in a timely manner.
Are you taking into consideration the ruling by the Chief Justice when you're discussing this matter?
Certainly.
What exactly are you looking at in that decision when you're discussing this matter?
Well, what the Chief Justice said is that house-to-house cannot be used to merely extract people from the NRR, but the Chief Justice at the same time did say that we should look at matters pursuant to Article 159 and the removability based on the provisions of the National Register of Registrants, the National Registration Act, so that we are concomitantly looking at 159, its provision, and the National Registration Act and what it provides for.
Mr. Alexander also said today's meeting did not discuss scenarios put forward by the Chief Elections Officer on the timelines for elections. The Guyana Elections Commission is set to meet again next Tuesday to continue their discussions on early elections for Guyana. More news coming up in just a moment.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right. Walk in upright ways, knowing that's what being a man is all about. And ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong. Be the one to live right.
Hello, baby. Yeah.
It's knocked away from Young Huang.
Yo, why you gotta get away from the credit, buddy? I recommend that you for blah blah. Let me actually gain, but it's not you that buy back the credit when it's done. Buy back because she money for five.
Activate the GTT Fab 5 plan today. For only $5,005, you get free unlimited calls to 4 of your closest family and friends, 5 gigs of data plus 250 text messages, and your Fab 5 friends can call you for free. GTT Fab 5.
Wait. So who we putting as we Fab 5? Yours.
Securing the best healthcare facility for you and your family is important. At Balwansing Hospital, we take pride in giving you the best healthcare at unbeatable prices. We offer a 24-hour emergency care, a well-equipped ambulance, the best group of international doctors. Whatever your medical needs are, we are here to make sure you're taken care of like family. From eye care to dental service, the best, most experienced gynecologist, pediatric care, skin care, well-trained radiologist, and a trauma center. Our goal is to get you healthy so you can live a healthier life. Balwansing Hospital, caring for you and your family by offering healthcare at unbeatable prices. Live, love, and enjoy life. Call 226-4279 or visit us at 314 East Street, Georgetown. Balwansing, best healthcare at unbeatable prices.
The Guyana Elections Commission has commenced the conduct of house-to-house registration in your area. Be on the lookout for the registration officials with authorized identification. You must have relevant original documents to get registered. a birth certificate, valid passport, certificate of naturalization or registration, adoption certificate, marriage certificate, deed poll. Registration is a legal requirement. Make it your responsibility to register. If you were previously registered, you must register again. Look out for GCOM. For more information, contact GCOM on 225-0277 or 223-9653. Email pro@gcom.org.gy. Visit the website at www.gcom.org.gy or contact the nearest GCOM registration office.
Welcome back. Minister of Citizenship Winston Felix today assured that despite the hysteria created in some sections of the media and by political elements on the number of Haitians visiting Guyana, no Haitian national has been found to be involved in trafficking in persons or people smuggling, as a victim or as a perpetrator. Speaking at the weekly press conference of the People's National Congress Reform, Mr. Felix reiterated that while other nationals have been found to be involved in trafficking in persons in Guyana, none of the investigating law enforcement agencies have found any evidence of Haitians being involved.
The police force for 2019 has investigated and charged more persons. I think it's somewhere around 11 or 13 persons charged. More cases than any other period in the 23-year-old history of the PPP. I've said that already. I have also shared that in none of these cases have we found one Haitian, not one, being smuggled. While it is within the remit of those columnists and journalists to raise those issues, the government agencies like the police and the narcotics unit are always on the lookout to detect trafficking in persons or smuggling. We have not detected Haitians, we have detected other nationalities. Well, we have found Venezuelans, those from the Dominican Republic, and the majority being Guyanese. We have found those, and we have published those. But no Haitian has been found. So, the hysteria with which this matter is being dealt with is one I suspect to be aimed at tarnishing the government. But the records will reflect, so far, that we have, in our investigative work, we have not detected any Haitian at this time who has been either a victim or a perpetrator of trafficking in persons or human smuggling.
The opposition, PPP, and some sections of the society have raised a concern about the increase in Haitian nationals coming to this country. The government has reminded that Haitian nationals do not require a visa to come to Guyana. And like other CARICOM nationals, they would be allowed up to 6 months duration of stay in the country. The Citizenship Department has found that the majority of the Haitians only use Guyana as an in-transit point to move on to Brazil, French Guyana, and other parts of South America, where most of their relatives live. Chief Justice Roxanne George Wiltshire this afternoon dismissed an application that was taken before her, seeking to have the decision to proceed with house-to-house registration declared illegal. The application was made by leader of the Liberty and Justice Party, Lennox Schumann. His contention was that since the appointment of the former GCOM chair, Justice James Patterson, was unconstitutional, his decision on the house-to-house registration exercise ought to have been declared illegal. The Chief Justice ruled that Patterson had the authority at the time to proceed with the process, since it was covered by legislation. She said Schumann's application straddled between public interest and an abuse of the court. The Chief Justice also ordered that he pay costs to the tune of $400,000. Schumann was represented by attorney Sanjeev Tatadin. Just 2 weeks ago, the Chief Justice ruled that a house-to-house registration exercise was not illegal. Well, while declaring that no level of crime is acceptable, Citizenship Minister and former Police Commissioner Winston Felix is crediting the APNU-AFC coalition for arresting Guyana's crime situation over the past 4 years. At the PNC Reform's weekly press conference this morning, Mr. Felix noted that serious crimes are down by 25% from 2014.
In just 4 short years under the APNU plus AFC, Guyana is finally moving in the right direction. Serious crime has been reduced to over 3,600 incidents in 2014 to just under 2,700 incidents in 2018, a decrease of 25%.
The former top cop who served as police commissioner under the PP Civic administration said that more crimes are being solved under the current administration as more resources are being made available to law enforcement agencies.
No form of crime is acceptable. The government position is that all forms of crime is unacceptable, and that is why we are endeavoring to ensure that the police force is resourced to a level that will enable it to eventually detect and prevent the commission of crime.
The Citizenship Minister noted the recent installation of CCTV cameras across the city and said that those will be used to further boost the fight against various forms of crimes, since legislation exists that could see persons being charged based on crimes that would have been captured by the security cameras. Let's tell you now that a prisoner who has been committed to stand trial in the High Court is now being accused of setting fire to the mattress in his prison cell at a New Amsterdam prison. In a statement, the Guyana Prison Service said prisoner Delon Boucher lit fire to his mattress in the security block of the New Amsterdam jailhouse just after 7 o'clock last evening. The fire was extinguished by prison officers who were backed up by members of the fire service. Prison Director Gladwin Samuel said the prisoner, who was aggressive to first responders, received lacerations to his head and above the left eye. He received medical attention and is in a stable condition. The reason behind his move to set fire to the prison cell is unknown this evening. In the courts, more than a week after charges were recommended by the Director of Public Prosecutions, Senior Airport Manager Andrew Kelman found himself before a city magistrate facing a sexual assault charge. The 56-year-old Campbellville resident is accused of kissing a female employee attached to a company that operates at the airport without her consent. The incident reportedly occurred back in July of last year, while the woman was making a complaint to the manager in his office at the airport. It is alleged that Kelman held the woman by the hands and started to kiss her. She filed a complaint to other managers at the airport, but it was only recently that the police became involved in the investigation. Kelman was granted bail in the sum of $70,000 and will have to return to court next week for the continuation of the case. He has denied the charge that has been filed against him. He has also hired the services of attorney Glenn Hanneman, who told News Source that his client is wrongfully accused, and the charge may have been influenced by public condemnation, which he said his client has been subjected to following media reports about the alleged incident.
What everyone should know is that this is a matter that was reported approximately 1 year, reported to the police, that is, approximately 1 year after the event. We believe that the report was made to affect the career of my client. We believe it is malicious, and we will get to the bottom of it.
Kelman has been in the employ of the airport for over 2 decades.
Fuel it up and win! Fuel it up and win!
Yes! You heard right. Fuel up at Guy Oil $5,000 or more and enter to win. Tune in to Jumpstart on 94.1 FM Monday and Friday to receive your call to win big. Check Facebook for participating locations and more details.
Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy. Fuel it up and win!
Falls, a trademark of China's Zhanghao Incorporated, located at Land of Cane and East Bank, Demerara, was incorporated in April of 2013 with over $10 billion Guyana dollars invested in a state-of-the-art 100,000 barrel fuel storage facility, a modern service station, an office complex, and a modern wharf that can berth international vessels. Having no association with any other fuel company, Falls imports its own fuel, which meets quality specifications, has all the legal permits, and is in compliance with international requirements. Its bulk facility can load 8 trucks simultaneously at a rate of 1,000 liters per minute, while the service station can service 12 cars at a time using computerized fuel pumps, which can facilitate the use of ATM cards. Through its professional team of mostly Guyanese, Falls wholesales and retails fuels to the public, including farmers and miners, and will continue to positively contribute to Guyana by providing quality products, service, and attractive prices. Try Falls today for all your fuel needs.
Summer is just around the corner, and this year we're giving you a Visacation. It's easy. Get your GBTI Visa card and travel to your dream summer destinations or shop all you want online. With Visacation, you get to win prizes when you use your GBTI Visa card between June 1st and August 31st. Don't have a Visa card? Visit your nearest GBTI branch or go to www.gbtibank.com. GBTI, we see Guyana through your eyes.
Across the region right now, France and Ireland say they will not ratify a huge trade deal with South American nations unless Brazil does more to fight fires in the Amazon. French leader Emmanuel Macron said President Jair Bolsonaro had lied to him about his stance on climate change. There are currently a record number of fires in the Amazon rainforest, a major source of oxygen for the world. Environmental groups say the fires are linked to Mr. Bolsonaro's policies, which he denies. European leaders have also expressed dismay over the fires, with British Prime Minister Boris Johnson saying that he is deeply concerned about the impact of the tragic loss of the precious habitats. German Chancellor Angela Merkel has called the fire an acute emergency, shocking and threatening not only for Brazil and the other affected countries, but also for the entire world. Earlier today, the Brazilian president said he was considering options for fighting the fires, including deploying the military. Let's tell you now that Haiti's President Jovenel Moïse has survived an impeachment vote in Parliament, ending a week-long push by opposition parties to unseat him over corruption and other criminal allegations. In a marathon session that began late Wednesday and ended in the early hours of yesterday morning, the president survived when 53 of the 61 lawmakers present voted the impeachment measure down. 3 deputies who were present voted for impeachment, and 5 others abstained. The remaining 58 lawmakers out of the 119-member body were not present. However, the vote proceeded according to the country's parliamentary system. Opposition deputies have accused Moïse of numerous constitutional violations, among them naming unqualified citizens to cabinet positions and signing contracts with foreign companies not approved by the government institution that oversees such matters. And finally tonight, international news. China is set to impose tariffs of up to 10% on $75 billion worth of goods imported from the US as the trade battle between the two superpowers escalates. Agricultural goods, crude oil, and small aircraft are among the products being targeted. The tariffs are retaliation after President Donald Trump revealed plans for a 10% tax on $300 billion of goods from China. The new tariffs will range between 5% and 10% and will apply to more than 5,000 goods coming from the US. Beijing will also revive a 25% tariff on US car imports that it lifted earlier in 2019 in a goodwill gesture as the two countries tried to negotiate a trade agreement. Car makers responded, warning that the tax would put US jobs at risk. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting.